Hi, can you hear me? Hey everyone, can you hear me? Okay, yeah, awesome. Just one second and we can get started. Okay, hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon from wherever you're joining. Or if you're joining from India, I think it's a little late at night. But I think we can get started. So, the purpose of this live stream is to kind of talk you through what InterviewBee is, why we built it, why are we doing a version 2 launch, uh, basically take some open questions and also show you an example of how it works in a live interview. So I think we'll broadly cover these three, four different aspects today. And then, like I mentioned, of course, if you have any questions, more than happy to take them. Or please drop a comment below with your questions, and my team or somebody will kind of get back to you as soon as possible. Okay, so maybe I'll quickly do an intro, and then I can tell you about what is InterviewBee and why we built it. I'm Preetham. I'm the founder of InterviewBee. We have a small team with another co-founder as well. We started working on InterviewBee a few months back. The prime reason why we are building InterviewBee is because for the first time in human history, we've actually created models, large language models, which are smarter than human beings, and it works pretty quickly. So rather than having to go to 20 blue links, look for answers, read a book, consume data to get to an answer, now you can basically just go to an LLM, ask a question, and you get a response. And if the way people access data has drastically changed in the last 3 years due to ChatGPT, I think the interview process as it is currently needs to change as well. We are hoping that there is going to be disruption in this space, primarily because it is a no-brainer that LLMs are going to help you with your day-to-day jobs. It is definitely going to help you with your other day-to-day tasks, which definitely includes interviews, right? So that's the bet we are taking, which is why we built InterviewBee. Prior to this, I come from a consulting background. I also worked with a couple of startups, primarily in the AI space. So, kind of bringing all my expertise into this and hoping that this product really helps end customers. Um, okay, so why are we having this live stream if we launched this a few months back? Now, this is the launch of version 2. Version 2 effectively means that we are launching a desktop app. The thing with the desktop app or the USP of the desktop app is the fact that it is completely invisible during an interview if you share your screen. And that's the main reason we are having this live stream so that we can walk you through how the desktop app works, show you an example, and then make sure that you don't have any fear when you're actually using it in a live interview. So yeah, I think that's broadly about why we built InterviewBee, why we are in this current live stream. I think we'll go ahead and we can probably do like a quick demo maybe of what the desktop app is, and then I'll walk you through how do you set it up, etc., and then we can do a quick mock interview. I have my co-founder joining me, so he's going to ask me questions. We're going to see how this works in real life. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to walk you through how this works. Okay, as all of you are aware, this is our site, InterviewBee.ai. You can sign up for free. You actually get one free live interview. And then the rest, if you want to scale up, there are a few paid plans as well. So as you can see, sorry, I'm just going to sign in. So I'm just signing in with a different account because we got one ready for the demo. Okay. So this is broadly what our interface looks like. So when you sign up, you get a new dashboard. This is an existing user dashboard. You come here, you can actually set up a live interview here. You have a bunch of resources. You have tutorials where you can watch some videos on how it works. There are FAQs. You have the document section where you can go to the CVs. You can upload new CVs. You have a list of interviews, um, which if you have scheduled, they kind of show up here. And of course, you have the dashboard from where things start. And of course, you have the profile on the subscription page, right? So when I'm actually setting up a live interview, this is kind of how I go about it. You can either set up a new interview or a next round. As you're aware, all of these are existing features of the web app. So here we have the live interview form. You need to enter a bunch of details. So just assume that I'm going to take this Google Vertex AI product manager. I think it's a really good fit for my profile. So I'm just going to copy the job description from this and go here. The company is going to be Google. And then I'm going to be pasting the entire job description here. And then I'm going to select an interview type. So I'm just going to do a general round. And then I'm going to pick up a CV. So just a random CV, right? And then I update and continue. And here, as you can see, I can attach my Google Calendar or I can manually paste a link. So I'm going to go through my Google Calendar and I'm going to select a specific meeting from my calendar. So this would be our actual interview, which has been scheduled. For the purposes of this meeting, I'm just taking one of the meetings in my calendar. And then I click on confirm interview slot. So this is where version 2 kind of comes into the picture, right? So we have the desktop app, which is new. We have the web app, which has always been there. And of course, if you're not sure, we recommend using the desktop app. So the desktop app is 100% invisible, even during screen share. And that's kind of what we are going to be doing now. So I'm just going to complete the setup here. And then as you can see, you can download the desktop app for Windows from this link. It is going to get downloaded here. And then, of course, we are going to give this a second while we go check this, right? Okay, looks like the download's been complete. So for this version, we have actually gotten you the visible version of the desktop. Again, very, very important. Please note that during the actual interview, you will be using an invisible version. For the purposes to show you how it works, we actually have the visible setup here. So this is the exe file and this is the already installed app. I'm going to click on the app, open it. This is kind of how the desktop version looks like. You can sign in via the web browser and then it's going to take me back here, right? And as you can see, we have a product manager at Google, which is the one that we are going to be doing. And then I'm just going to quickly walk you through how it works. So it is as simple as just setting up the interview on the web app, coming to the desktop app, seeing it on your desktop app, and then you just have to click on launch. The moment you click on launch, you get like a quick 3-step guide. So this is just to make sure you have access to your microphone, access to your system audio, and access to taking screenshots as well. So one of the key things that our desktop app also enables is to capture your screen for more context during an interview. So if it is a coding interview, you have a coding question that needs to be solved, you can take a screenshot. The desktop app enables that. If you have something else on your screen, you want to get some context for it, again, you can take a screenshot. The desktop app allows you to do this, right? Earlier, the web app did not really allow you to do this due to browser restrictions, which is why we've gone ahead and created a desktop app. So yeah, I think let's quickly go through the guide. So it looks like we have both the accesses. We go to shortcuts. There are a few shortcuts. So you press Alt Shift W. You can actually hide the assistant. I will show you what I mean by that. And then you have Alt Shift S to take a screenshot, right? So these are the primary keyboard shortcuts that you need to be aware of. And moving on to the tutorial, this gives you a quick video. You can watch this, but effectively, this is 100% invisible to interviewers. Um, Alt Shift S gives you a shortcut to capture a screenshot, right? So I'm going to click on Activate AI Assistant. Um, as you can see, there is an overlay here. So, like I mentioned, this is only for the purposes of the for this call. During a live interview, this will actually be invisible. So we've gone ahead, we've changed the code just so that you can see it, so that you can visualize how this application works. So, like I mentioned, the keyboard shortcuts, they're also right here on top if you want to take a look at them. And then I think I'll just walk you through how those work. So if I do Alt Shift W, it disappears. I press Alt Shift W again, it appears. And the same for screenshot. So we'll see the screenshot in action in just a bit. I think for now, let's jump onto a call, jump onto a meeting. And I think Bismay, who you can see here, my co-founder, he's going to be asking me questions. We are going to do a mock interview. You're going to see this in action, right? Okay, let's do it. So I'm just going to jump into a meeting. Um, so I'm just going to jump into the same meeting which I gave the link for, right? Just give me a second. Okay, Bismay has joined as well. Okay, let me just turn on my camera. Just give me a second. Okay, awesome. Um, Hi, Bismay. I'm doing good. Just a second. I still haven't started the session yet. Okay, as you can see, we are going to start the session now. And then Bismay and myself, we are going to actually do a mock interview, right? Okay, so I'm going to start the session. Just give it a few seconds for this to turn green. Okay, and here we go. Hi, Bismay. How are you doing? Can we get the interview started today? I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Um, yeah, sure. I'm going to share my screen. As you can see, Alt Shift W makes it hide and show. This is going to be fully invisible to the interviewer. Yeah, sure. As a seasoned product manager with more than 10 plus years of experience working on B2B SaaS and B2C products, I have various key strengths. I worked on AI enabled product strategy, agile development, user research. I've also led teams. I have an MBA in sales and marketing from IIM Indore. I I'm very passionate about leveraging data analysis, automation, AI, ML to drive business growth. So that's a quick note about me. Yeah, sure, of course. So one of the products that I launched using a Gen AI powered search engine was Ublu. It was basically an e-commerce search engine. I had also worked on Tagnet. It's a no-code B2B SaaS platform. In terms of Ublu, so I actually utilized AI ML to drive business growth. We also used a Predict N, a proprietary ML model, or sorry, an ML model to kind of do real-time data connectivity, etc. Right? And the key outcomes here from both my products is the fact that I actually improved customer experience. I also drove the business revenue by effective AI ML implementations. So I think this kind of gives you an answer of how this is going to work during an interview. As you can see, the answers are lightning quick. In about a second, you basically get the answer. It takes into context everything that I am saying. If I answer a question and then the interviewer asks me about that again, the AI assistant is intelligent enough to kind of take the history into account as well, right? So this is broadly how the voice aspect works. So let me quickly show you how the screenshot stuff is going to work. Maybe my interviewer can give me a coding problem, and then I can quickly walk you through how that's going to work. Um, this mind? Do you mind giving me a coding challenge? Sure. Okay, awesome. It's a lead code problem. Uh, the stuff of nightmares for developers, right? Okay, seems like this is a hard problem. There's a bunch of constraints. Looks like it's going to the page below as well. Okay, let's try solving this. So, time to bring our assistant back, interview B. Now, I'm going to use the take screenshot shortcut, Alt Shift S. And since it's going to two pages, I'm going to take two screenshots because it's going to get cut off. Right? So you can take the screenshots with the app here, or you can use it hidden as well. It always works in the background. So I'm going to do Alt Shift S. My first screenshot is here. I'm going to scroll. I'm going to do another Alt Shift S. If you want to, you can always hide and scroll your window as well. But in about 5 seconds, the screenshot gets sent to the AI model. And in a couple of seconds after that, you basically get the answer, right? So, uh, hi, Bismay. I'm ready with the answer for the problem. Do you want me to walk you through how I'm going to solve it? Okay, sure. So the current problem is basically the median of two sorted arrays, and I have two arrays, and I need to find the median of these two arrays combined. So I'm going to arrays are already sorted. I'm going to merge or effectively find the median without fully merging. The median is effectively the middle value when combining array elements after they are sorted. Even if the total length is odd, the median is going to be the middle element. If the total length is even, the median is going to be the average of the two middle elements. So broadly, this is how I would go about it. Okay, awesome. Are you sure I cracked the interview? Of course, the obvious answer from recruiters. So yeah, this is effectively the tool. As you can see, the voice just keeps on working on top. The screenshot functionality works at in the bottom of half of the screen. Again, one more key thing to mention is during this video, this is visible, but normally this is not going to be visible during your live interview. That is the feature of the tool. This is going to be completely invisible, right? So I'm kind of done with the interview. So I click on end session, and the way it ends the session, and we can just quit the app in a very stealthy way. And yeah, I think that's broadly how the product works. I hope you had some fun looking at it. I can also just walk you through a couple of other features of the platform, but let me just get out of my interview meeting. Okay, so that's been closed. Okay, just jumping back. Um, so if I go to my web application, I can actually click on. Oh, sorry. This is the one that we just completed, right? So I can actually click on analyze a report, and it is going to give me a full detailed report along with the voice recording and a transcription of the entire meeting. And this report is going to be a lot more detailed just for the sake of this meeting. I think this we are just showcasing a short one, but when you actually do a real interview, this is going to be a lot more comprehensive, right? So you can go check out the real report on our platform if you actually try the product. So yeah, I think that's broadly it with respect to the features. Uh, I think one key aspect to mention is, which a lot of users have actually asked us, is when do you use a a desktop app versus a web app, right? So during the setup, you see that there are two ways to do this. We either do a desktop version or a web version. So normally, what we recommend is if it is an interview where you have to share your screen, we recommend you do the desktop version because it is just a lot more easier to use. And again, it is not going to show up to the end user, right? So uh, yeah, and then during the web version, these are for interviews where you are getting asked questions, but you necessarily don't have to share your screen. So, a business analyst interview, a consulting interview, etc. Right? So, where you don't necessarily have to share your screen. So, we suggest you use the web version for it. So yeah, I think that's broadly it. We are also launching our mock interview in a few days. So that's going to be an AI first mock interview, and we are doing everything we can at InterviewBee to help you crack your interview and land the dream job. Hopefully, this video has been helpful. I'm just going to look at any open questions and see if I can use this. Okay, so I think there are a couple of open questions. So my team's just been collecting it in the backend. The first question is, does the InterviewBee app work for Zoom or Teams desktop app? Yes, absolutely. It works for all meetings and all desktop apps. The only issue with the Zoom, or the only setting that needs to be changed with Zoom, is a tiny setting which you can see on our webpage. But yeah, it works with Meet, it works with WebEx, it works with Teams, it works with Skype, it effectively works with any interview platform out there. And moving on to the second question, can I use the desktop app to compile coding questions or just see the code output to the coding question? So, unfortunately, we don't let you compile. Um, a specific, compile any code on the app. We think it makes it unnecessarily complicated for the end user. You can definitely look at the code on our app in real time. You can refer it to actually code during your interview. You also have the aspect to copy certain sections and then take it to your interview. But we highly recommend that you just look at what the uh, answer is, what InterviewBee's approach is, kind of understand whether that's the right approach, and then you have to present it yourself, right? We don't recommend InterviewBee as a replacement for any humans. It is a tool that is going to help humans achieve better results during an interview. So we definitely recommend that you look at the answer and then you are the one to actually present the answer. So yeah, I think those are the two broad open questions. Um, I think there's nothing else. So I'm just gonna wait 30 seconds to see if there's any other question that pops up. If not, I think we are good to wrap up the call. Okay, doesn't look like there's any other questions popping up. So I'm just going to wrap up the call. Thanks everyone for joining. Hope you find this video useful. Again, this is just a reference for you in terms of what InterviewBee version 2 is, how do you use it, what are the features. We definitely recommend that you try it out during your next interview. Trust us, you will not be disappointed. It is definitely going to enhance your interview experience. Okay, thank you. Have a good one, everyone.